smoked? Have you ever smoked while pregnant? According to an article by Christine Hugh on medicaldaily.com, smoking while pregnant increases a woman's chance of having a stillbirth, a miscarriage, or a premature baby. Hi, I'm Erlbacher, and I am here to tell you several effects that smoking causes on people. So maybe next time you will think twice before picking up a cigarette. As you may know, tobacco abuse in the U.S. is a major problem. It is one of the main causes of morbidity and mortality today. According to the U.S. Department of Human Services, 1/3 of all Americans who smoke will prematurely shorten their life. 13 years in men and 14 years in women. Wow, that's more than a decade. The question is, what would make a person want to start this awful habit? The 2004 General Surgeon's Report states that 90% of kids start smoking before the age of 20, 50% start smoking before the age of 15, and 25% start smoking before the age of 12. That's right, you heard it, 12 years old. That is so young to begin smoking. According to the General Surgeon's Report, all the big tobacco companies want children to start smoking as soon as possible, all to make a little profit. That is just terrible. I am here today to tell you smokers out there that there is a chance for redemption. There is still hope. Let's take a look at the prevalence of tobacco abuse affecting us today. The 2004 General Surgeon's Report states that there are 60 million adult smokers in the U.S. 23% are men and 19% are women. Also, 3,000 children become regular smokers each day. That is a 50% decline from the levels in the 1960s. So that's a plus, but it still doesn't erase the major problem that most Americans have. The 2004 General Surgeon's Report states that tobacco abuse kills more than 430,000 people every year. If people knew the damage they are doing to their bodies, would it change their outlook on the whole smoking thing? It certainly would mine. Tobacco abuse causes many different kinds of diseases, including laryngeal, oral, stomach, and esophageal cancer. Also, it causes many different respiratory problems like COPD, asthma, and pneumonia. Heart disease and stroke are also major risks. Another fact you may find interesting about smoking is the rates differ state to state. Kentucky is at the highest at 32.6%, and Utah has the lowest rates of smoking at 16.4%. That is quite a variability. With that, let's take a look at some of the diseases a little bit closer and what smoking causes. According to the Surgeon General's Report Executive Summary, the top 3 diseases that smoking causes are ischemic heart disease, lung cancer, and COPD. That is a lot of different diseases you are making yourself vulnerable to. Also, several different types of cancer and respiratory diseases. So it's very sad that this can happen to people. I bet you really want to pick up a cigarette now, huh? Not me. You see, all these numerous diseases can be prevented if people will just make smarter decisions in their lives. Let's take a quick look at some of the stats of quitting smoking. According to the U.S. Public Health Service, 70% of people want to quit smoking, 81% have tried to quit smoking, and 35% have tried to quit within a year. Sadly, only 7% of people can go smoke-free for a year. It may take 10 to 15 attempts to quit smoking, but with a little confidence, hard work, and dedication, it is definitely possible. You may ask yourself, what are some potential lifetime health benefits of smoking intervention? After doing some research, I found on the 2004 Surgeon General's Report, after 3 months of quitting smoking, lung function will improve with decreased cough, sinus congestion, and shortness of breath. Wow, that is a lot of drastic changes. A 2003 article by Jay Feely on hypertension states that blood pressure will drop after 20 minutes of smoking. Heart rate will also decrease. So it is safe to say that everyone will benefit from quitting smoking. Also, stats say that it doesn't matter what age you quit smoking. Regardless of what age, you still have so many benefits ahead of you. So that is very encouraging news. So what's the real story on tobacco? Who is really winning? Sadly, there are no financial conflicts when it comes to buying cigarettes. People still waste their money and people still smoke. They don't care. Millions of lives are endangered by this deadly habit. Smoking kills. Science has shown it time and time again. As I hope you will remember, it is never too late to quit smoking. There is always a chance for everybody. I would like to have the audience members who have smoked and kicked the habit raise their hands. Let's give a round of applause to these folks.